Hello and welcome back to the Looking Stylish YouTube channel. Today I thought I'd talk to you about skirts because I've written a couple of blog posts recently which I will link down below with skirts in, and they've been really popular. And I know I've also had some comments from people saying they don't really know what skirt style will suit them, so I thought I would talk a little bit about what to look out for. So let's get into the video. Now, I'm aiming this video at those of you who are, say, 40 or 50 plus like me, and perhaps you've started to lose your waist a little bit, perhaps you never had a waist in the first place, and how you can actually find a skirt that fits that. Because there's a lot of advice out there, I think, for people who are perhaps pear-shaped, people who have straight bodies. So I'll talk a little bit through each of the body shapes, but then I'm really going to focus on, as I say, the 40 to 50 plus who've perhaps lost their waist a little bit. So if you've got a straight body, then ideally you want a straight shaped skirt. Now that could be a pencil skirt. It could also be a skirt that's got a waistband and it's perhaps got some sewn down pleats on the front of it, and anything that creates a straight line down as well. So perhaps a skirt that's got buttons up the front, and you can wear stiffer fabrics as well. And then if you're pear-shaped, you really want to look for an A-line skirt or a full skirt that fits into the waist, so it really shows off your beautiful slim waist, but then flares out over the hips so that the fabric sort of drapes subtly on the hips, and you're putting the attention really onto the small waist that you've got. And also adding a belt as well that's perhaps a different colour would make that really draw the eye into the waistline. Now, if you're apple-shaped, or as I say, as you get older, quite often the weight does go on around the sort of essential organs of the body to protect them. That's my excuse anyway. And I used to be an hourglass shape, and what's happened as I've got older is that my waist has filled out, and that's made it quite a bit harder to find skirts to wear. Now, anybody with curves are going to look much better in a skirt that has some subtle draping to it. You want fabrics like this one that are quite fluid and that will just sort of float over the curves of the body. And this particular skirt I picked up because it's a great shape and style for those of you that don't have a waist, because it's got an elasticated waist. So what you can do with that is kind of put it on and pull it down to where it sits comfortably on you. And it also gives a nice sort of flat line over the tummy area. And the other thing that I would say about these kind of skirts is what you want to do is look for a skirt, if you're curvy, that's called cut on the bias. Now, if you don't know what that means, it basically means that the fabric has been cut across the weave of the fabric. So it kind of gives it a little bit of stretch to the fabric. And that works really well on a curved body as well. But one thing you do need to look out for when you get a skirt that has been cut on the bias, just make sure that the seams do sit nice and straight, because sometimes if they're not very well made, they will kind of crease up, and that's just going to emphasise any lumps or bumps. Now this one I thought was really good because it is cut on the bias. As I say, it's got that nice elasticated waistband. It was from New Look and it was an absolute bargain at £22.99. The other good thing about it is that it's made from viscose, and again I think a lot of people have some misconceptions about viscose. Viscose is kind of a hybrid cross between a natural fibre and a man-made one, because it's made from natural ingredients, if you like. It's made from wood pulp, and but then it is man-made. So I actually really like viscose. And again, sometimes people say they don't like it because it shrinks in the wash. It does shrink in the wash, but as soon as you steam press it, it stretches back out again. And I've loved viscose for a long time. When I used to have my two shops, We used to buy from a designer called Marina Avram. I don't know if you remember her, but the kind of things she made were very similar to Ghost, which was very big back in the early 90s, probably late 80s. And again, they made a lot of their clothes out of viscose. And we'd have them in the shops and people would come running back in saying, oh, this dress has shrunk. But actually all they needed to do, as I say, was steam press it, and you'll find that it drops out beautifully. So they are really easy to care for. And the other thing is, you know, you can scrumple them up and they don't really get creased. So my recommendation is to look out for viscose. If you're looking for a bias cut skirt, then again, as I say, look out for one where the seams have been done nicely. And again, the elasticated waist works really well. So that was the first one that I wanted to show you. And then at the other kind of end of the high street scale, I found this one, which is from Whistles, and it's got this lovely animal print on it. Animal print is still going to be big for the summer. It's got buttons down the front, so it's really nice and sort of loose and floaty, and you can show a little bit of leg off. Now this one does have a waistband, but again it's quite a narrow waistband, and again it is one that I've bought this a size bigger than I needed it, so that I can just let it sort of drop down onto the hip to the level where it sits comfortably. And again, I think because of that lovely sort of draping fabric, it works really well. And again, this one, I've checked the seams all sit really nicely, but as I say, this is at the other end of the high street scale, and this one was, okay, no price on it. I think this one was over £100, so it's a big difference between the two. And if you want to just try a skirt out, I'd recommend that you go and look somewhere like New Look and find something that's quite inexpensive, just to see how you get on with it. And then if you find that you really love that shape, look for something that's perhaps a little bit better made, a little bit more premium. And brands that I would recommend, again, now Ghost has started up again. It went away for a while, but they do sell it in John Lewis. And they always have a nice collection of both bias cut skirts and dresses as well. So I hope that was useful for you, some tips on what to look for a skirt that will work on you. And I will put some pictures at the end of me wearing these two skirts so that you can see what they look like on as well. I've styled them just simply with a black sweater and a pair of boots, and then this one, I'm not sure if you can actually see on the screen, but it's got little tiny daisies with a yellow centre in it, and so I've put a yellow blouse with this one just to show an alternative look as well. But these are the kind of things that I would wear now with a sweater and boots, as I've styled them. And I would also wear these right into the summer as well. Even when it's really hot, this fabric works really well, and you can just wear them with a very simple top and a pair of sandals. So expect to see me getting a lot of wear out of these two skirts. So that's it for today. Again, short but sweet. And I hope you've enjoyed that. I will link below where I've put some blog posts which talk about body shapes and different skirt styles that will suit you. I will also link below my style course, the style guide, because that will teach you everything about body shapes and what to buy and what to wear to suit your body shape. And if you have any questions, then please do leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. If it's your first time here, please do subscribe, and if you click on the little bell, then it will tell you when I've released a new video. And other than that, if you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps me to know what you would like to see in the future. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.